Good morning everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Radiant Heat by Jeremy Dover. Now, Jeremy's puzzles have often been something I have struggled with, so we'll see how I go with this one. This was sent to me as something, the test has kind of warned me on this one, and we'll see how I go. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, can you tell? I'm also still recovering from a bit of an infection, so we'll see how I'm just a bit nervous. What do I want to call out? There's a few things I'm working on in the back end, but you probably will never see, if it all goes well, you'll never see any of that. Yeah, let's have a look at the puzzle. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have Renban lines. On these lines, digits along purple Renban lines must form a set of consecutive digits with no repeats. Digits may appear in any order along the line. So for example, these could be 1, 2, 3. And if I was to pencil mark 1, 2, 3 in, that would be a valid pencil mark. 2, 3, 4 would be a valid pencil mark. 3, 4, 5 would be a valid pencil mark for those three. I couldn't make these 2, 3, 5 because those are not a consecutive set of digits. But whatever I pencil mark on these lines, they must be non-repeating and they must be consecutive. But the order would be fine. 2, 3, 4 would be a fine way of filling this line. They do not have to be in any order. Killer cages. Digits in cages sum to the number in the top shown in the upper left corner of the cage. So all of those 4 digits will sum to 27. And consecutive pairs. Digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. That's all we've got. Not all white dots are necessarily given, so it would be perfectly fine for those two to be consecutive, or those two, or basically because of the Renban lines, these to be consecutive. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Okay, so box 5. I know all of the digits from 1 to 9 must appear in this box. So wherever I put the 9 is going to force the line to be 987. And wherever I put the 1, it's going to force the line to be 1, 2, 3. So one of these lines is 987, and one of them is 1, 2, 3, and therefore the other one is 4, 5, 6. What does that tell me? Nothing? Maybe? So is it these 3 digits? Because this is 24. Now, all of the entire box, an entire box of a Sudoku, as I just explained, contains all of the digits from 1 to 9. If you add the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. 45 minus 24 is 21. So those digits sum to 21. So 21, does it need to have an 8? No. But if it doesn't have a 9 on it, so if this line doesn't have a 9 on it, this is 6, 7, 8, because 6, 7, 8 is 21. So a 27 cage. If I don't put a 9 in a 27 cage, 8, 7, 6, 5. 8 and 7 is 15, 6 and 5. So there must be a 9 in a 27 cage. There must be a 9 in a 27 cage. Hang on. One of these lines is 1 through 8, and one of these lines is 1 through 8, and the other one is 2 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these lines is 2 through 9, and one of them is 1 through 8. That's bonkers. How do I explain this? Okay. A 13 cage must have a 1 in it because 2, 3, 4, 5. If I don't put a 1 in this cage, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 and 5 is 9, 2 and 3 is 5. If I add 9 and 5, I get to 14. There must be a 1 in this 13 cage. And now I get into something really tricky. I think I know what this 14 cage is. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5 cage. Right. Why is that a 2, 3, 4, 5 cage? It's because of these Renban lines. This is weird. Okay. Why do I know what these lines are? Well, if you've never heard of the fistel ring, I'm about to explain it. If you do know the fistel ring, then you can probably skip the next thing. What I'm about to explain is why the cells in the corners of this puzzle, being these cells here, are exactly the same digits as the cells on those Renban lines. They are exactly the same digits. And if you've never seen this before, this will blow your mind. And if you have seen this before, you'll be bored and you'll want to skip the next couple of minutes of the video. Why must this be so? Okay, removing all the color, I'm going to start by explaining once again that every row, column, and box of a Sudoku must contain the digits 1 through 9. This is a row of the Sudoku, so it will contain all of the digits 1 through 9. This is a column of the Sudoku. Can't even get that right. Column of the Sudoku, that's another set of 1 through 9. So in blue, I currently have 2 1s, 2 3s, 2 4s, all the way up to 2 9s. I add this box, I now have 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, all the way up to 3 9s, and I'll add that box, and now I have 4 complete sets of the digits 1 through 9. So in blue, there are 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, all the way through. I am now going to highlight 4 rows of the Sudoku, which we know will contain 4 sets of the digits 1 through 9. So those yellow cells contain 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 4s, all the way up through 4 9s. Now, if I was to pick any cell that is both yellow and blue and remove it, let's say it's a 6. I have no idea, but let's say it's a 6. And I remove that 6. Then I will have 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 4s, 4 5s, and 3 6s in both sets. I've removed the same thing from both. So the sets are still identical, and that is the case for all of them. So if I remove anything from one set, I can remove it from both. While I don't know what it is, if I remove it from both, the sets maintain their equality. So I can remove all of those, and I still know that yellow and blue are equal. So in this case, I know yellow and blue are equal. But these are 8-cell long Renban lines, and once you put a 1 on an 8-cell long Renban line, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I must put a 1 on one of these lines. And once I put a 9 on an 8-cell long Renban line, this becomes 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So I can only ever have 1, 1 and 1, 9 in blue. Because once I put a 9 on one of these lines and a 1 on one of these lines, I can't actually get another one on. Because, as I said, one of these lines is 1 through 8, the other one is 2 through 9, and therefore I've only got 1, 1 and 1, 9. So in this 14 cage, I can't use a 1. The minimum digits are 2, 3, 4, and 5, which sum to 14. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. That's crazy. And I can't put 1 or 9 in those cells. But, no, I still could put a 9 in there because I have a 9 in blue. How am I going to break this open now? I have a 9 in blue. How do I tell which line is which? How do I tell which line is which? So there is a 9 in this. This is a run of 3 digits. That might be important because I'm really tempted to use the calculator here. So I need... If I put 1 in this run of digits, this would be 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. Do I need a 1, a 2 or a 3 in here? No. I think it's this. Or it's this. Because this, I can't, oh, I could put a 1 because I don't need, if this is 1, 2, if I put a 1 in one of these, this becomes 1 without a 2, 1, 3, 4, 5 is 13. So this would be 1, 3, 4, 5. So if 1 is in one of these, I couldn't put a 1, 2. I couldn't put a 3 here. I couldn't put a 4 here. So this would be 1, 5, 1, 5. This would be 2, 6. And these would be 7, 8, 9. With the 8 here, this would be 7 or 9. So what? That was a really beautiful opening, and I'm stuck with what to do. Do I just need to work through the options here? Because I need 3 digits that sum... I need 3 digits without an 8 that sum to... without a 9 that sum to 18. If... Can I put an 8 on this? If this is 876, this would have a maximum of 3, 4, 5, 9, and that's nowhere near it. So there's no 8 in here. If I put 7 in here, 7, 6, 5, this would be 9, 8, 4, 9 and 8, 9, 8, 4, 3. That's not enough either. That's only 24. So there's no 7 in here. 6, 5, 4 would leave 9, 8, 7, 3. That could work. So all I can say is 8 and 7 are over here. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't put 1 or 6 in the middle. How is that helping me? Oh, if there was something there, because I need to put 2 2s, 2 3s, 2... I need to put 2 of all of 3. Can I not put... I cannot put a 2 in here. This could be 1, 3, 4, 5. But if this is 1, 3, 4, 5, I've used all of the 3, 4, 5s because I can only have 2, 3, 4, and 2s, 3, 4, and 5 because I can only have 2 of every digit in here because this is 2 Renban lines. So if this is 1, 3, 4, 5, I can't use 3, 4, or 5 in a 27 in that 27 cage. So if I don't use 3, 4, 5 in here, what happens? Well, I can't use 1 or 2 in there. So if I don't use 1... Right, I can't use 1 or 2 because if I use 1 or 2, if I use a 1, the other 3 digits would have to sum to 26 and that doesn't work. If I use a 22, they'd have to sum to 25. That doesn't work. So if I don't use a 3, 4, 5, then all I've got left is 6, 7, 8, 9 and they sum to 30. So there must be a 3, 4, 5 in here. So if this is 1, 3, 4, 5 and now you've got 3, 4, 5 down here, then this becomes 6, 7, 8, 9 and I'm broken. So there must be a 2 in here. So now there never was a 2 in here. But there is now a 2 in this cage. I am actually opening up the killer calculator, but only to mark off options. I'm still trying to do the math in my head. So I've now got 2 more digits that sum to 10, which would either be 3, 7 or 4, 6. If this is one... But I can't put 1 in here anymore. So 1 is in one of those 2. Because 1 here would put 2 here, but we know 2 is in this cage. Now 2 is not down here. So 2 is in one of those, but I'm not sure what that's doing for me. So there must be a 3, a 4, or a 5 in here. So this can't be a 4, because if this is a 4, this is 3, 4, 5, and again, this is broken. This is not a 4. Now, if this is 4, 5, 6, yeah, this is 3, 7, 8, 9, and that works. But this could never have been a 4. 2, 3, 4 in here. 2, 3, 4. Would leave 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9 is 30, but if I remove the 8 and add the 5, I get that removes 3 and I'm down to 27. So 5, 6, 7, 9 works. I don't know how to continue this. Is it this 21? In 3. I'm actually going to pull up my external killer calculator, which I haven't used in ages. But these really tricky puzzles, and I feel this is a really tricky puzzle. So this is either 4, 8, 9, 5, 7, 9, or 6, 7, 8. What happens if this is... So I knew it had to have a 9 on it, or it was 6, 7, 8. Now, if I don't put a 1 on this line, there's no 1 here, and if there was no 1 here, one of these would be a 1, but I don't see a problem with that. Because there has to be a 1 in here somewhere, the same way as there's a 1 in here somewhere, and there's a 1 in here somewhere. If that's a 1, that puts a 1 in here and a 1 in here, and this can't be a 1. Because if this is a 1, that would... Oh, no. That would put a 1 in here, but the 1 in here leaves heaps of room for me to put a 1 in one of those two. Now that's all fine. And I could still put a 1 on that line. I don't understand. Now, I know one of these is 1, 2, 3. One of them is 4, 5, 6. One of them is 7, 8, 9. That opening was really cool, and now I'm completely stumped. Because these are all just 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I can't see... So these are 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to put 2, 3, 4, and 5 along here. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 are along here. So I need to have some of 2, 3, 4, and 5 in here. So does that mean this can't be 6, 7, 8? Because if this was 6, 7, 8... Right, this is 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. If this was 6, 7, 8, these would all have to be from 1, 9. So there is a 9 in here. There must be a 9 in here because these can't be 6, 7, 8. That's crazy. So if there's a 9 in here, there's no 9 here. There is a 9 in one of those two. But there is now a 9 on this line, so there is no 1 on that line. There's no 1 up there. There is a 1 in those two. That's not a 1 because that would make that a 2, and I've already got 2 2s in yellow. That's not the 1, that's the 1. Now this is a 9. There is a 1 in one of these because I can't put a 1 in here because these sum to 21 And if I put a 1 in here, the other two digits would have to be 9 and 11. So these are 9 and two digits that sum to 12. So they can't be 9, 3. They're either 8, 4 or 7, 5. So these are 8, 4, 7, 5, 9. So there is a 2 and a 3 over here. So there's no 3 in yellow here. Can this be 1, 2, 3, 7? I don't see why not. But there's no 1 in here. There must be a 1 on this line. And there's no 9 on this line. So 9 is in here and 9 is in here. So 9 is in one of these ones, but it can't be here because I've already got the 9 on the line. This is an 8-9 pair. 9 can't be in here. No, because 9 can't be on this line. 9 is in one of those. So 9 is not in any of those. 9 had to be in those three, and I can't put another 9 on this line. So 9 is in one of those two. 9 on a consecutive dot makes this an 8-9 pair, which does nothing for that. But now, I can't put an 8 in here, and I don't have an 8 in here. So there is an 8 in each of these. So there is an 8 in the 27 cage. So now I need 2 more digits that sum to 10. Wow, the bouncing in this is insane. So they're either 3, 7 or 4, 6, which is what I've got over here. This has either a 3, 7 and a 4, 6, and this has either a 3, 7 and a 4, 6. So with the 3 and the 4 I've got down here, I've used my 1, I've used my 2 2s, I've used my 2 3s, I've used my 2 4s. So what are the digits that can go in this? I can't use a 1. I can't use any more 2s. I can't use any more 3s. I can't use any more 4s. There must be there's a 5 in it. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. This must be 5, 6, 7, 8 because the 3s are used with the 3, 7. The 4s are used with the 4, 7, the 4, 6. The 2s are used with the 1, 2. The 8s are used with in here. And I've only got 1, 1 and 9. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are, well, this is not 1, 2, 3. It's 4, can't be 4 or 9 only, which means this is not a 6 or a 7. This is only a 4 or a 9. In fact, it's a 9 because I can't put 9 in any of those. That's the 9, that's the 8. There's no 9 there, that's the 9. This is a 5, 6, 7 triple. That is crazy. And these are, if this is 1, 2, 3, 7, then this is 4, 6, 8, 9. And if this is 1, 2, 4, 6, this is 3, 7, 8, 9. Does this tell me what it is? One, 2, 3 would make this 4, 6. 2, 3, 4 doesn't work. This can't be 2, 3, 4 because this needs 3. There's no 3 here. So what can't this be anymore? This is either 1, 3 or 4, 6. 1, 2, 3 would mean this is 4, 6, 8, 9. And 4, 5, 6 means this is 1, 3, 8, 9. 3, 7, 8, 9. So if this is 1, 2, 3, this becomes 4, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if this is 4, 5, 6, 3, 7, these are 1, 2. So these are either 1, 2 or 5, 7. This could never be 1 because this would have to be the 2. But this is going to break it, isn't it? So if this is 1, 2, 3, this would be 4, 6. So if this is 1, 2, 3, this is 5, 7. This is never 9. But if this is 4, 5, 6 and this is 1, 2, this would have to be the 3. Oh. And then these would be 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Can I do it over here? So this is either 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 7 or 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, there's a 5 in here. Okay, I need to find the next trick. I need to find the next trick. There's no 8 there. So 8 is in one of these 3. So there's no 8 there. So 8 is in one of those, which is fine because I could, well, 8 is in one of these 3. Actually, that's 9 and that's 8 because of this 8. Which puts 9 in one of those 3. But I can't put 8 on this line. So there's no 9 there. This is the 9. And these are 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's no 4 here. This is 5, 7, 9. Which means I can't put 5 on this line. 5 is in here. So there must be a 6 or a 4. There must be a 6 in or a 4 in here to go next to the 5. There must be a 6 or a 4 to go next to the 5. So this is 1, 2, 4, 6. Because 3, 7, 1 and 2 aren't consecutive with 5. This is 1, 2, 4, 6. There's no 1 in there. This is 1, 2, 4, 6. And these are 3, 5 and 7. This isn't the 5 and it's not the 7. This is the 3. This is 5 and 7. Which means 7 must go next to the 6. The 5, therefore, must go next to the 4. This is the 4, 6. This is the 1, 2. The 4, 6 looks down, taking the 6 out of there. It takes the 4 out of there. There's no 3 here. And these are 3, 7, 8, 9. Because it's the digits that didn't go on the ring. So there's no... This isn't 1, 2, 3 anymore. This is 5 with 4, 6, and there's no 5, 7 here. This is 2 and 1, and this is 3, taking 3 out of those. This is 7, 8, 9. The 4, 5, 6 takes the 6 out of here. And this line must have a 1 on it, and it's not in there, so it's in one of these. The 2 takes 2 out of there. In fact, the 3 takes 3 out of there. That's a 4, 5. So this is a 2, 3. That's a 4, 5. What's this now? I can't put a 1 on this line because it'd be 1, 2, 3, and that's broken. That's the 1, and 1 comes out of all of those. There. Oh, and the 4, 6 looks down, making that the 7, that the 8, that the 6. which I could have got if I followed this line properly. But this is now not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Must have a 6, so it's 6, 7, 8. The 6, 7, 8 makes that the 9, and this is a 7, 8 pair. These are not 1, 2, 3. They are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, and 9. That can't be a 9 because that would have to be an 8, and the 8 is over there. But this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the 4, that's the 3. This is crazy good. The 9 makes that the 5 and that the 9. 1, 2, 3. These, well, I've now got this line. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. And 5 and 7 must be in here. This 5, of course, makes this the 7 and this the 5, which makes this the 6 and this the 4. The 7 looks back, making that the 8 and that the 7. And the 4 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 4, which takes the 4 out of all of those. This is crazy cool. This is crazy cool. Now, this line can't have well, these are 2, 4, 6, 8. So they're just all the even digits. And there is a 4 and a 6 in here. Sorry. No. There is 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's just do that. There's no 4 there. So there must be a 2 or a 4 on this because there must be an even digit on this line. So that is the other even digit because this line either contains 2 odd digits and an even digit because they're consecutive. If it either goes even, odd, even, or odd, even, odd, this must be an even digit. So this is a 2, a 6, or an 8. And it has to be the 2. This has to be a 2. This has to be a 1, 2, 3 line. Because the only even digit I've got available to put on this line is that one. And if this was a 4, this would be 3, 4, 5. And that would have to, oh, no. It doesn't have to be in the middle. I got bogged down here. But there is a 2 or a 4 on this line. So it's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I know. So there's a 7 in one of those two. I can't put 7 on this line because 6 isn't available and 8 isn't available. So 7 is in one of those two, so that becomes the 5 and there's no 5 there. The 5 looks across making that the 4 and that the 5. This 7 looks across making that the 6 and that the 7. Do I want to look here? 1, 2, 3, 8. Well, 8 isn't consecutive with anything. There must be an even digit on any consecutive pair. So that's the 1 and that's the 2. Taking 1 out of those, that becomes 2, 3. That becomes the 8. These are now 1, 4, 9. It's going to be these now. This line, though, is calling out to me. There's no 2 here anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 go on to this. So I'm getting closer to what I thought was forced here. So this, I can't put 1 on this line because then there'd be no 2 on it. So this is a 1, 7 pair. Because 1 has to go in this column somewhere and I can't put it on the line. So this is a 2 or a 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 2 or a 3. So 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. There's no 3 or 4 there. That's the 5. So now to get down to this, this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, and I take 4 out of all of those. This is a 2, 6, 8. Oh, this is so cool. I thought I was completely stumped, and then I found the thing. I love it when I find the thing. So I can't believe I haven't used these yet. I probably should have. So there's no 8 on this line. So this isn't the 9, 8, 7. Oh, none of these are the 1, 2, 3 because they would break those cells. That's the 1, 2, 3. because one of these has a 1 on it and it instantly becomes a 1, 2, 3. And I can't put 1, 2, 3 in any of those, or those would be broken. That's 1, 2, 3. There's no 1 there. One of these is 9, 8, 7, and I'm not sure which. But there's no 1 here anymore. Let's look at these. These are 2, 3, 6, 8. Well, there's no 8 there. There's no 2 or 3 there because of the 1, 2, 3. That's the 6. So the 6 comes out of those. The 6 takes 6 out of there. Where is 9 in this column? It's there or there. That's not helpful. So what are these digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this isn't an 8 anymore, giving me a 2, 3 pair, which takes 2, 3 out of there. This isn't 1, 2, 3. That's the 4, that's the 1, that's the 2. 1, 2, and 4 come out of there. That's the 3. That's not the 2 or 3. That's the 8. That's so cool. The 3 looks up making that the 2 and that the 3. The 1 looks up taking the 1 out of there. This becomes the 1. Oh, this is so cool. The 4 looks up making that the 9 and that the 4. The 9 looks down taking the 9 out of there. One of these had to be 4, 5, 6, because whichever one comes 9, 8, 7 leaves 4, 5, 6, and I can't put 4, 5, 6 there. This is 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9. The 7, 8, 9 takes the 7 and the 9. That becomes the 5. That becomes the 7. That becomes the 9. The 7 makes that the 5. I take 5 out of those. There'll be more. There will be more, but I haven't got it yet. Okay, the 9 takes the 9 out of there. 8 is not consecutive with 4, 5, or 6. Neither is 2. That is the 6, and I take 6 out of theirs. 6 is only consecutive with 5 out of that. 6 comes out of there. The 9 takes the 9 out of there, and I now have a 7, 8 pair, which makes that the 1 and that the 7. The 1 makes that the 2 and that the 3. The 2 makes that the 1. I take the 3 out of there. That 1 makes that the 2 and that the 1. The 2 looks across making that the 8 and that the 2. The 8 looks back making that the 7, making that the 8 and that the 9. The 7 makes that the 6 and that the 7. I take the 5 out of those. The 8 looks across making that the 7, and I take the 7 out of those. The 8 looks across making that the 6 and that the 8. The 6 looks in making that the 4 and that the 6. And this 3, of course, looks in making that the 2 and that the 3. That's the solution. 35 minutes and 37 seconds, and that was absolutely amazing. I don't know why I removed the colouring from there on the fistel and fell ring. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Radiant Heat by Jeremy Dover. Now, I don't do a lot of puzzles with set, although that is the most well-known set in the universe. That was absolutely stunning. If this puzzle has not been solved on Cracking the Cryptic, it deserves... How many solves has this one had? This has had 5 solves in 14 days. This deserves to be seen by the 20,000 people that a CTC solve gets. Though if I can solve it in 35 minutes, odds are they're not going to want to do it. That was absolutely beautiful. This deserves their attention because it deserves the eyes that it will bring. Unfortunately, a recommendation from me doesn't actually mean anything, but wow, that's a beautiful puzzle. Jeremy Dover, well done. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you found as much joy in this puzzle as I did. Yeah, absolutely great. Sorry, I don't have words. Like, when you're putting out a video a day, what do you say at the end of the video other than, that was great? That was great. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.